I met a wonderful girl who we dated for a while, and she has recently, a few weeks ago, become my girlfriend, and it's been absolutely amazing. And I love the way that we met.
Cool. Awesome. So, yeah, man, if you want to maybe introduce yourself first.
Sure, my name is Ryan Tyndall. I'm from New York City, and just a tech guy that likes to go out and have fun whenever I can.
Awesome. And so, maybe describe your situation before joining the program.
Sure. Before the program, I would say I was never necessarily unsuccessful with women. I would say that I've had plenty of girlfriends in my life, but there was definitely a factor of being afraid to just really approach people in public, and a sense of insecurity or lack of confidence, right? And I would mostly get girlfriends through dating apps or things along those lines. But I really wanted to harness my ability to really stick my neck out and just be who I am and be unapologetically myself. So that's why I came onto this program to really learn from a master and refine my skill set when it comes to in-person interactions with new people.
Yeah, awesome. And so, how was your impression when you joined the program in the beginning and then in the early stages?
Um, just you were very supportive. You made sure to take time, and you were also, let's say, in the early stages, you personally did a really good job. You weren't pressuring. You were trying to add value to my experience without necessarily asking me to commit and just like spend a bunch of money up front. I think you do a really good job at understanding that you need to provide value before you request value. So I want to give you kudos on that one, by the
Thank
way. I
you.
think
Thank
that
you
you
so
do
much.
a really good job on that. I think you do a better job on that than many people in life.
Thank you.
Uh, so I like the way you approach things. And then early in the program, like some of the content that you have, I think was really helpful just for getting the right mindset set. I think the biggest benefit for me of the program was that you helped me remain accountable to the things that I told myself I wanted to do, right? I want to go out and be able to approach people. I want to be able to go out by myself. I just moved to New York
Yeah.
and I'm by myself. Like I don't know anybody here really. I mean, I knew one guy, but he wasn't the greatest of wingmen. So I want to be able to go out by myself and cold approach people, and I want to go out and be okay with being rejected when I go approach people, and learn the skill of playful banter with new people. And I know that takes practice and exposure and just kind of being vulnerable and not caring about being vulnerable. And I'd say that your program has helped me hold myself accountable to those goals. It helped me, when you show up on your calls and you don't have anything to say, a man like myself, I'm a little embarrassed by that. Like if I say I have goals and I got to go in front of somebody and I haven't made any progress on it, well, that's not something that I'm going to allow to happen. So
Mm.
I do think that, and also just using you as a guide to make sure that I have somebody that I'm like, hey, I know he's going to probably check in with me about this, so I better have something to say. Also, I want to do it for myself, but hey, having somebody there to be like, did you do it? Really helps out.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. So, what was the outcome? Where are you now?
I mean, yeah. So I went out and I decided to go out alone one night to really stretch myself and really get myself out of my comfort zone. And I met a wonderful girl who we dated for a while, and she has recently, a few weeks ago, become my girlfriend, and it's been absolutely amazing. And I love the way that we the way that we met. I was sitting there talking to her at this bar. I just approached her at the bar and started chatting with her, and we were talking for a while and having a great conversation. And then one of her guy friends pulled her away from me, right? And, and I'm like, okay, but I'm not going to just like stick my neck out and make myself into a fool. So throughout the night, I tried to reconnect, but it was always kind of like not the right environment, right? You got to be socially conscious. So eventually I'm like, you know what? I'll come back later, right? So I go out to another bar, and then a little bit later, I passing back by that bar, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back in. So I go back in there and I see her, and I just walk up to her and I say, hey, is this your boyfriend, to the guy that pulled her away? She was like, nope. And I said, cool. Let's exchange numbers. I want to take you out sometime. And and then we did. And then we just, the normal go on dates, have conversations, right? And escalate from there. And it's been really good. She's a sweet girl who really treats me well and has the components of a partner that I really need in life. And I hope I am the same for her. And it's been really good. It's actually been eye-opening on many levels. Even if this doesn't ultimately work out long term, I would say the amount of growth that I've had from it was worth the investment, and the things I learned about myself in general was worth the investment.
Awesome, man. Happy to hear that. Hey, man, earned it. It's a good fucking feeling, isn't it? To go out there, see that, especially a situation like that where some person gets in the way, and then you just you find a way to navigate that challenge. That's awesome.
Oh,
That's
for
cool.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's a really cool story, and that'll stick in her mind forever. She'll keep that with her forever. She's like, okay, he's the guy who he saw a challenge, didn't give up, didn't care, just went for it. That's in her mind forever now. So that's awesome.
Oh, for sure. We've talked about that.
Yeah, man, that was so cool. If there's somebody out there who's unsure as to should I join the program or not, or they might feel a little bit unsure whether they are going to be able to overcome their fears. If somebody's a little bit unsure, what would you say to them?
I mean, growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone, right? So if you're struggling to meet the people that you want to meet, well, do something about it, right? The most successful people in this world didn't get there by white knuckling it and just doing it themselves. They acquired mentors. They read books. They practiced. They experimented. And if you want to grow, then find the channels that expedite your path to growth. So I would say that if you're really serious about something, you're going to invest in it, whether that's engaging in a program, paying the money to get somebody to shortcut you to the goal line, or just getting out there and doing it the hard way by embarrassing yourself a whole bunch until you figure it out.
Yeah. Awesome. That makes sense. Anything else you'd like to add? Anything that I didn't ask about? Anything that comes to mind?
Yeah, I just would say that the group setting for the calls, the daily coaching or the weekly coaching calls, the multiple sessions. I don't know how would you even say that. 3 times weekly coaching calls.
4 now.
4 now. Yes, 4 now. I would say at first I thought for the investment, I would expect a little bit more one-on-one. But then I realized over attending multiple sessions that the group aspect actually has some magic to it. And it's when you're hearing the other stories of people and how they react, it really makes you feel human. And it makes you feel like I would have navigated a different way, or, hey, I've been in that experience before and I know how that feels. Or you also get like a sense of camaraderie from the group, and we all are cheering each other on and egging each other on, and we all want to see each other be successful. So I would say that the group aspect of those coaching calls, while at first made me think, is that really the way that I want to do it? After a while, I came to the conclusion, I think it's the most effective way to have those type of calls.